is. It's beautiful outside, and then it sits there and spins and spins and spins, and you don't even know what you're doing. Okay, now we're there.
Now we're there. We're there.
We're there. Hi.
We're there.
Every time when it kind of stills up, every once in a while it stops, and it kind of goes. I feel
that's it's just my bad internet.
It's just, but then I think Vogue.
Yeah, strike a pose.
Strike a pose. Because we're stuck in that.
That's not pulling in the 80s or anything,
like
40 years ago.
Yeah, you're over here cleaning your nose and you go live or something like that.
Well, last week I pushed the button to go live and you were still writing in your thing. She was still just jibber jabbering away and blah, 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 blah. Well, I'll get this written down until before we go live. We're live now.
Okay, good, yeah.
You're like, we are? Oh my gosh.
And this is Flock Around the Table, if you haven't figured it out. On Sunday, August 13th.
Days before we go to Alaska.
Yes, we're hitting the road. How do you like that? Packed? Ready to go?
No. No. The suitcase is out. I made my husband, because it lives on the tippy top. So the suitcase is out, and a few things that because I'm not going to, today is laundry, and I'm not going to have a chance.
Right.
Much. So, the shit that I knew I wanted, the pajamas that I knew I wanted.
Right.
They're in there.
Right.
Because I'll just wear junk. Right. The next few days. When I'm sleeping with my husband, I can wear
whatever.
Just an oversized t-shirt.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, it doesn't make any difference. You don't need your special chamois.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're in there, and
I actually usually this afternoon, and I may start this afternoon, put it on the bed, and then I sleep on the couch for the first couple nights right before we go, because my suitcase is laid open on the couch. Now he cleaned up my upstairs storage old sewing room, and he cleaned that out so that he could get the table up. He always has, when he traveled, he packed that way. And he pretty much left the small table up, but my suitcase is on the small table, so he needed the big one. So we're going to be bumping each other's butts, both packing for this. So I figure that's okay. The couch is fine.
Well, I just go, oh yeah, that t-shirt's good, and I throw it in. Oh yeah, I should probably put a pair of pants in. Oh, maybe these. Yeah. See, I don't even make an outfit. I don't even make an outfit. I just throw in t-shirts, shirts they like, pants that I like, and I'll make it work when I'm there.
I started packing lists in 2018, I think, and it's pretty much the same every trip, but they're kind of set. For Disney, I need the Disney passes and things like that. So it doesn't say cruise itinerary under paperwork. It just says passport, because that's what they use. So, but yeah. I have a set thing. Dresses. It'll say shirts, pants, capris, shoes, socks,
dresses,
lips.
Do you like this one?
I do.
Okay, y'all.
I like it.
This, when I bought this, it was just navy blue.
Oh my God, what happened?
Okay, so what happened was, and I like it. This is a Walmart dress, guys. It was like this. I got down in Tennessee.
Okay, perfect. I love
when we went down there. Right,
yeah.
Walmart with pockets. Right, it's great. Navy blue, awesome, love it. Super stretchy, so you
can wear, just go.
But evidently, I made bacon or something when I was wearing it, and so I had these dark spots all the way down the front of it, and I tried everything to get it out. I mean, besides giving it to Mikey and having Mikey get it out, because Mikey would have gotten it.
Mikey, he's good at that stuff.
And I thought, it's just a $10 dress from Walmart. I'm just going to throw it in the washing machine and splash bleach all over the top of it. Because if it's going to be speckled, let's make it freaking speckled.
Yeah, let's make it tie-dye speckle. Perfect.
This is what happens when you splash bleach.
Did everything else get tie-dyed?
No, this was the only thing I put in.
And you clean the washing machine and the lines out at the same time.
So I splashed it with bleach, let it sit there for half an hour, 45 minutes or so. I did splash it on one side and then flipped it over and splashed the other side, because I thought, well, if it doesn't soak through, I'm going to have
Right. You're going to be navy blue with pink.
So it was the only thing in the You could probably do it in the bathtub or a sink or two or whatever. I just did it right in my washing machine. And then I washed it.
Yeah.
And dried it.
Perfect.
And I was like, it's a little weird looking.
I like it. Because I like pink, but you've got your pink and it's lavender.
Speaking of
cool.
pink.
Look. And her toes.
And my toes.
How you like that, huh?
Sure did.
Yeah.
I haven't did my toes and my fingers forever because, okay, so one of the reasons why I don't now is because I can't make stitch markers.
Huh?
I can't do the glue without getting glue all over my finger. So like up until we get back from the cruise line, I can't make any more stitch markers.
Okay. Huh.
Yes, my toes are the same color.
Yes, they are.
And this is hot. It is showing up as kind of light pink. This is
Hey,
highlighter hot pink. And when I'm there,
mine are
hers are
mine are sparkly.
We're not the same color.
But we didn't coordinate it.
No.
We decided to go a little bit different.
And I kind of went, this is kind of looking like Barbie, like the Barbie movie. And I'm like, I do.
You know, so many people have seen that.
I know.
And my sister,
it's like one of the top grossing freaking movies of almost all time now.
Yeah, my sister and my niece both went, and she goes, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a good movie. And I'm like,
okay.
I only want to go see, Mission Impossible. And I'm not a big Tom Cruise fan, but I've gotten used to him as Ethan Hawke. So I'm like, Ethan Hunt, sorry. Yeah. And I've kind of gotten used to him. And they've been playing the 1, 2, and 3 on TBS or one of those things where he comes back. And he's so young. I mean, he looks like he did in Risky Business. I'm serious. And then all of a sudden he had a period.
Now, if he slid across the kitchen floor in a pair of socks in a new Mission Impossible movie, I would be God. Like,
that would be
really
great. Well, in the Top Gun Maverick, if it's on the plane, watch it. His 6-pack is amazing. I mean, and it was real, and he does his own stunts. And
I know, he's just ridiculous.
The one movie, Fallout or something, or Rogue Nation. No, I think it was Fallout. Anyway, he does his own stunts, and he literally leaped from one building to the other, and they show him hitting the building. He missed it.
Oh, I know.
And he really did hurt his leg. He said he didn't get up and run like it does in the movie. They have to shoot that from him hanging and then scrambling up and going on after his leg healed. But he really did that.
Yeah.
And I said, now what about the one where he's hanging onto the airplane and the plane takes off?
Yeah. Okay. I doubt that they would let him do that.
He was on the runway only.
Yeah.
But the plane was moving, but he was strapped to the plane. But, and of course they take their little white pencil and do it out. Harrison Ford still does a lot of his own too.
He's getting a little.
I haven't seen the new Indiana Jones.
He's getting a little goofy in the brain.
Yeah, I think so.
We have Maggie, South Africa's in the house.
Hi, Mags.
In case you couldn't see,
I can't always see.
I know. That's why I thought,
Yeah, good.
South Georgia,
Vegas,
Illinois, California. Zionsville.
We have what's this Zionsville place? I
don't know.
I think we should wipe that off the face of the earth.
Well, whatever. No, just the new roundabout that they're putting in that makes everything such a freaking. So
I just want to scream. My head's gonna explode.
Okay, my house is like on the very far edge of the little suburb that we live in. Like my backyard is the next suburb. The downtown of my suburb is 2 miles away?
Maybe? About that, maybe?
Maybe 2 miles away. And it's the cutest little historic district ever. Brick streets, and it's absolutely adorable. Has great shops and everything. But the main road that goes to there, they're putting in a freaking roundabout.
Yeah, and they're taking their sweet time.
They are
And the thing is, I think
there's no easy way around it.
And they didn't to me, it was crazy because they're putting this roundabout and you're coming down a hill and it's going right away into 2 lanes because there's a bridge and they didn't widen the bridge. Usually they do the bridge first, open up the bridge, and then they put these things. Well, and Scienceville is right next to Carmel, and Carmel has the most
over 100,
140 some, I think.
Yeah,
roundabouts. There's a roundabout, and they put statues in the middle and all this art.
There's one that has stoplights in it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh,
what the hell?
Why do you do that? That's kind of the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Because here's the thing: in Europe, roundabouts have always been a thing.
Always.
So you know, Europeans grow up and understand how to operate in a roundabout.
Right.
Here in America, that has never been a thing.
No.
Not until like the last 10 years.
And especially in Indiana. Yeah. Because yellow doesn't mean prepare to stop.
No, that means hurry it up.
Speed up so that you can get through the light, even if it turns red before you get there. So when it turns green in Indiana, do not step on the pedal and go through the light. Wait, because there's obviously a car
cars coming
through. And boy, my brother and I, man, when we first moved here,
I'm gonna get clobbered. There's one roundabout that I have to go through to get to work. I'm gonna get clobbered on that.
That's how
coming or going. Coming or going. These people are on the inside.
Right.
So it's a double lane roundabout. So the outside ones can get off and the inside ones
can go around.
You go, if you're going to the third one or whatnot, you go to the inside. People don't understand that. They get on, they get into the inside, and then they immediately get off and cross over the other traffic. Right. They don't even look like,
It's terrible. People are really terrible here when it comes to that.
And they just keep putting them in.
Yeah, all over the place.
Eventually they'll get it, I think, is what the civil engineers think.
Yeah.
Eventually they'll get it.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they've even gotten it. I don't think so. They just don't, if you're going to put in a right turn lane, then put one of those little cement bumper things there and put a little tree so that they know people in Indiana, Illinois, Michigan, we know that lane means turn right only, because otherwise you're going to hit the cement. So you turn right and turn. And I think some of that might get them out of there, but it's awful.
Is it like culling the herd? Is that what they're trying to do?
I don't know. I don't get it.
Oh,
yeah.
They have roundabouts everywhere here in Australia. So do you guys like them in Australia? But did you grow up with, I've never been to Australia, so I don't,
The only problem that I have with them is, because they drive on the wrong side of the road.
In Australia?
Yeah.
They drive.
Just like England.
They drive on the
opposite side of the road.
On the opposite side that we drive.
Yeah, when we're
drive on the wrong side,
they go this way. So it's the wrong side of the road.
It's the wrong side for you. It's
actually, no, it's the wrong side of the road. I mean, I don't understand. Did they do that with the horses when we broke away from England back with the Revolutionary War? I mean, did they decide logically to just suddenly say, "Hey, in England we drive on this side"? Well, we're the United States now, so we're moving.
They were.
Did they take their horse and carriage and move it over?
They were pissed off anyway.
Yeah, well, we were. So we're like, "Hey, we want our own."
F you, we want our own money, and we're going to drive on the other side of the road.
And we're going to dictate to the rest of the world how people drive.
And the metric system.
Forget the metric system.
Yeah, like the U.S. is just stupid all around. Like,
well, you mentioned the metric system. It's like, that's 62 centimeters, and people, you get on the scale.
Haven't a clue.
Right,
honestly, like the average American cannot tell you.
Can't figure it
how
out.
far a kilometer is.
They can't tell you how much a kilogram is.
No.
And yet our medicine, when we were in nursing school, oh my God, it was all calculated as with kilograms, and which is 2.2 pounds. But getting weighed in kilograms is great, because then you only weigh like 60 kilograms or something like that, or 90 kilograms, not even 100. So you're like, yay, I'm under 100, but yeah.
I got a new scale. I ordered a new scale a long time ago. Well, not a long time ago, but like 5, 6, 7 years ago. And it's kilograms. And I'm like, I didn't even realize it. I ordered it off online.
It doesn't even have the setting?
I don't know. There isn't. No,
God.
It's just kilograms. I'm like, I'm digging this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm digging this one. Oh,
yeah. So anyway, it's weird. And then when you get on a foreign airline, like if you fly
So
British Airways or
She's
something.
saying in Australia that they love them. But I think probably because you guys
You've
have
grown
always
up with
grown
them.
up with them.
And you've had them all along. I think some of it too is when people figure out, like back to stupid Mission Impossible, they're like in Morocco and they're on this highway that looks like it was set in and it's 4 lanes and they've got the on and off ramps and everything. And I'm like, they really have that in the sand? I mean, I wasn't sure, but anybody's been to Morocco. Is there a highway that comes out of Casablanca or something like that? That's an actual highway. I haven't been there yet. I'll get there. But I haven't been there yet.
You need to get there.
I know I do. I really want to go to Morocco. Can you picture what I'm going to have in one of those little markets? All those trinkets and toys.
Yeah.
How I could walk around. I mean, it would be like amazing. But stay away from camels. They spit.
Spit.
I've more than once done it, Disneyland. Those are big camels and they spit a lot, except it's not really sticky spit. It's just water. So it's okay. So that's fine. So anyhow.
Okay. So I have decided that
is amazing.
I'm not going to bring this one with me on the trip.
No,
because I don't really have to have it done until
the
this
weather
fall,
changes,
whatever.
right.
And if I brought it, I would have it done in probably the airline.
Yeah, that's true.
Flight there.
Right.
So I'm going to start another one and leave this one here.
I'm going to start another one too, and I may leave mine.
But
oh,
I'm going to do the next one in this.
Nice.
So the colors are
gray,
burgundy, gray, hot
red.
pink, red.
Nice. Bright red too. Ooh, cool.
And this
gray.
is
I like it.
Chicken Sharon's favorite yarn.
Oh, Woolmizer?
No, Barocco.
Oh, sorry.
When I say it's her favorite, I'm being facetious.
And her favorite color too, right, Sharon?
Yeah,
yeah.
red. So this is a Barocco
sock. Sock, as in red sock.
Suck them to you.
Yeah. No, sock them to you is SOCK.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What's on here? 437 yards. I am hoping that is enough to do a Musselburgh.
That would be more than enough for a Musselburgh.
Well, I'm hoping.
Yeah, it will.
Made in Italy.
Nice. A lot of their yarns come from Italy.
This is 75 superwash wool and 25 nylon.
Yeah, super sock.
Barocco sock.
Standard sock. See, sock like red sock and white sock. SOX is probably back in the day when we keep trying to take letters out of everything so we don't have to write it out.
Give this a color? Did they give a color?
No, Barocco as a rule just gives you a color number.
Well,
they don't really give you a letter.
That's shitty of them.
Yeah, it's probably under here, under the sticker there.
Color 14225.
There you go. How you like that? Color 14225.
You want to see
which way it's going to go.
So I had to go digging for another pair of size 3 because I'm not taking these off.
Oh, well, you could just put it on a 1.
No, I got it.
Okay.
I have another 3/16 inch.
Okay. All right. Well,
so
that works.
That's going to go in this bag.
You do 3s? I do 4s.
I do 3s.
I have 4s on all mine.
But you're tight.
I'm a tight.
So I have new.
Oh, nice.
And I have
This will be
flexies.
fun.
I have flexies that this girlfriend of mine just kind of, left in my
They sort of got dropped off and
they live in my Barocco bag.
Well,
or I'm Barocco in my
Musselburgh
bag.
And I have one too. I had that little beige one that had from Miss Babs. Well, then I decided that at home it's kind of stuffy. So I bought this on Vera Bradley on sale. Isn't this cute? It's an old-fashioned little train case. Isn't that the cutest
And she's
thing?
got her Musselburgh in it.
So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to start another one. I'm going to have a to-go Musselburgh that I use a smaller skein.
And a home Musselburgh.
And a home Musselburgh. So that's the new world that I'm going to have. Because I bought those Flexi Flips on Temu for $2.
Yeah. They're not called Flexi Flips. They're called
3-piece circular needle set or something
weird.
Yeah.
And I did a touchy-feely with Marsha on those, and
they're not
they're
as shiny.
They're not as shiny. They're not as sharp as like Chaigu's.
Right. And they're not as finished here.
So
And the cord is the steel cord.
It's a little
steel.
bit more stiff, but you know what?
But for the short time you use them on hats or mittens, I would probably use the
one thing that I think I like better on the ones from Temu versus the Flexi Flips is the needle shaft. Like, I love slippery metal needles, my preference. But when you're working with double points or flexis,
you have to be careful, because when you
they're just going to zoom right
out, and
these ones from Temu have a little bit of a grab to them, not a ton,
because they're not as finished, they're not as polished.
They're not polished as much.
So and my husband, of course, and Sharon can probably can understand this as well. My husband said I could always take them and grind them. And I said, no, because then knowing you'll grind it down, and then it'll fit size one. It won't fit here. It'll fit here, but then it won't fit here because you've ground this down. Oh, she needs a sharper point.
No.
I'm like, no, I don't, so
that's why they make all different kinds of needles for all different kinds of people.
Yeah. So that's
but the Temu ones, if you're a cost-effective kind of person as well, they're like $2 on Temu versus $30 for flexis.
Exactly. And the bamboo ones are even more expensive.
Do they have bamboo ones on Temu too?
No, I haven't found them on
Temu.
No, and I bought the cashmere yarn and
from
Temu, and they send this little thread thing, and Marcia used the thread thing that goes along, and she just doubled it up, and she said it worked fine. It's cashmere thread. So unless they give you that thread, it's leftover thread or something from how they make it. I don't really know why Temu does it. But again, it's only like $2 or $3.
You're right. So you get yarn and the little thread.
And the little thread and the spool of thread. And
Are you supposed to double the yarn and the thread together? Does it make the yarn
it might
more...
It might. That's what I was thinking of doing with mine.
Yeah.
Because that's what I was going to start. I kind of thought maybe more stable. So it
wouldn't pull apart.
Or the stability would be better.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do that with the Musselburgh. I'll just make a yellow Musselburgh. Because then if I need to add to it, if I decide to do, I don't do the whole Musselburgh. I love the top of the hat. I love this. See, the top of a Musselburgh hat. Look, I mean, I just love the top of the hat. I love this look, right?
Yeah.
So when I get to 7 inches, do I really want to go any further? So if I put an inch of stuff on, I have a hat.
Mm-hmm.
That's perfect with a pom-pom. So a lot of times I don't go the whole way. I think I've only done 2 total Musselburghs, but I've done like 8 or 9 of these halfway regular hats. And as you know, I don't wear a lot of hats.
No, you give them away.
Yeah.
So you can make more.
Yeah.
And I give more away.
Right. I'm a process kid.
Yeah.
I'm not so much. Every once in a while, I'm a project kid, because I'll see a pattern and I'm like, this is it. Because this is a project. I really wanted to do the shadow shawl, which I haven't done any more with. But I really wanted to do that. It's something. And there's Stephen Weft has a new series out called Waffles with the squares. And I really want to do that. There's certain things that are become projects that I really want.
That you really want to do.
But most of the time it's just process, just to keep me busy, and gives me an excuse to get out of housework and meet my friends and chit chat and
So you're bringing shadow. I'm bringing shadow.
Yeah. I'm bringing Musselburgh. You're bringing Musselburgh.
I'm bringing Musselburgh. I've worked on my shadow a little bit, but I didn't want to, I didn't want to work on it too much, because
isn't that the greatest? I love
because I wanted to have it.
Isn't that good? Yeah.
For the cruise ship.
For the cruise ship, yeah. It'll be our fun stuff.
So I didn't want to do too much of that. And then I remember I said I was going to bring that crochet one.
Yeah.
Okay. But I've also learned, as some of the things you learn as you get a little bit older and you travel with projects, you want to start them before.
Yes.
To make sure that you really like it.
Right. Not sure.
Okay, y'all. Like, I am this far into this and it's driving me nutso.
Already?
Like literally that far.
Why?
I don't know. It's probably just me, and I probably just need to
just sit down and do it.
Go a little farther.
And this is the one from Expression Fiber Arts.
Mm-hmm. It's from Expression Fiber Arts, and it's called Circumfractual.
Yeah.
It's a crocheted shawl. Let me see if I can get if there's a photo here that you can actually see the whole thing.
If not, go to Expression Fiber Arts and there.
There's the whole thing.
See?
Crocheted. So
and
I
decided to go with the pink.
Yep. The green and this speckled green. And of me, of course, hot pink.
Of course. And you've done exactly 5 double crochets and you don't like it.
I'm like sitting here going, what on earth are they having me do?
Seriously, that's all she's done is 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait.
No, there's weird. They got weird. So this is one that like I.
Oh, because do they do the foundation? Do they go in the back, the first stitch?
No. So this next row. So
single double crochet.
Single crochet, double crochet in the first stitch. Slip stitch, single crochet, double crochet in the same.
In the increase in chain 1 space, so in this space. So we do a single crochet and double crochet in this first stitch, chain 1, you skip a stitch, so you're skipping this one, and then you're going into here. Because you do this.
This is what I did on this last row. So I single, double in the first.
In this here. That's the first stitch. So you do it in here. And then
this is the row the last row that I did.
Oh, okay. I'm doing it.
Sorry, we're sitting here like trying to work out a pattern online.
Yeah. But you know what's so great about crochet?
It's easy to rip out.
And you're out. You don't have to like count stitches again and do all this other stuff and turn it around and make sure that the legs are correct and everything. And
I'm probably just
maybe
it's been a hot minute since I've actually
crocheted. Oh, done with something like this.
Done a crocheted pattern.
Right.
From a written pattern that wasn't from my own brain.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
That makes sense, right? Yeah. I'm so used to just going, I know what it needs to look like.
So I
know how to, make things go this way or make things go that way. I'm just not used to reading somebody else's words and doing it.
When you sit there and when you're going at it and it's like, I should do this better if I did it the other way, or maybe on the return if I flip I'm the same way with crochet. I have to be careful. And remember my baby blanket that we showed, and we saw we had a mistake. Well, I took it next door, and the dog started taking it out for me. And Foster got his foot. We didn't go too far. He only did like a row, and then I thought, he's probably right. I need to go all the way back down. So I took it back.
So you just went all the way down?
All the way down to where I started.
Yeah.
Cutting in. I saw exactly what I did. I moved. You move over the stitch when I joined, I put it here instead of here.
Yeah.
And that does make a difference as you're going up. And so, yeah.
So for the crocheters out there, that's one of the biggest problems that crocheters have.
Usually it takes more than 3 rows for me to put it away.
I know, right?
She's over here going.
Well, and you know what? The shadow shawl is fiddly at the beginning too.
Yes, it is. Oh, yeah.
It's fiddly at the beginning too. So I should give it a little bit more. In some
respects, the next time I'm going to do the shadow shawl when I start the next one.
I don't know.
I wouldn't put.
Why didn't they start with a garter tab?
Well, that's the first thing. They would make sense. The other thing too would be, I think what I would do is I know enough to know that there's and when you're coming back, you know that that's a yarn over. And so you know that you knit, and then you have another yarn over, and then put in the stitch markers in the middle, because it's all fiddly in the beginning.
You've got 6 stitches and 4 stitch markers.
Yeah, you've got stitch marker, stitch marker, stitch marker, stitch marker in this tiny little space, and then you're trying not to get the yarn over the stitch marker.
Yeah, see, even Sharon says, yeah, a garter tab, but no turning to pick up the stitches easier. Yeah, totally.
Much better. See,
totally
it makes sense. So yeah,
but let's put 6 stitches on and 4 stitch markers.
Yeah, I know, it's like crazy. It's like, well, that's like, well, at least it's in the beginning and you get bigger. So
I would have liked to have had it written out like the first 3 or 4 rows where it's just knit 2, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over. Until you get to like 20 stitches on, and then tell me
to place the
stitch markers.
Right.
It is just so
instead of keeping it, because it's only a 2-page pattern, so it's like, if you print it out, it's printed front and back, and then but yeah, that does make it more sense. Stephen West and Telly Beans, Stephanie, they both are big writer outers, and and at first when you first start working with them, you're like, huh, because you're reading it. And you're over there going, knit 1, purl 1, yarn over, knit 7.
Karen's like, or you could just do knit front and back like I do instead of the yarn over.
Yeah, Karen doesn't have the space.
Karen, bless your heart, you can't keep your yarn over on the right side of the stitch marker.
So Karen doesn't have the space in hers. She has it's all one
It's just
piece.
Getting bigger, which is cool.
But
so it's a completely different pattern.
Adapted it, and she kind of created her own new pattern.
She sure did.
I actually looked once, went on my Ravelry account, how many rib stitch hats that are the same, but they put it out and they wrote it, and it's like, okay, if you want to spend $8 for a rib stitch that you can find, go right ahead, because it's one of your favorite designers or something like that. But I'm like, same sort of situation with this, Well,
I think once,
whatever. But I think next time I would put an extra stitch or 2 in here. I like a wider band in the center.
Yeah.
I don't care for this, because when you block it, if it goes cattywampus, you'll see it.
Well, true. And I'm all for yarn overs and having that kind of eyelet hole.
Yeah.
But on a shawl like this, I think it would be really kind of cool to have the outside edge have that little eyelet hole, and maybe something else fun on the outside stitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
But to do a right and left leaning in the center, so you don't have that hole in the center.
Right.
Because of exactly what you're saying.
Right.
If you're off by just one, then you end up with this.
You get
kittywampus.
And you stand there and look at it, and you go, okay, it's pretty straight, and then you leave it dry.
And fixing that, dropping down and fixing that, oh, hell no. Like, it's not going to happen.
No. And there is one spot that I did have. I dropped a stitch, and I was up a couple 3 rows, like I was up to here before I realized it, and it just kept going away. And I fixed it sort of, but I'm going to fix it better. But that's why I have about 8,000 pins in one spot, because that has all the loose stitches. When I went down, I wasn't thinking. And again, like I said, I was on the ship, and that's when you don't do a lot of the things you would do at home, because you don't have all your equipment, and inevitably,
or your knitting fixer teacher.
Yeah.
Your knit nurse.
We just have to bring our doctor, Dr. Marcia.
Dr. Marcia needs to come in.
The stitch doctor. We have to bring Dr. Stitch with us, so. But
the herringbone lace shawl, Miss Maggie says I need to take a look at.
Okay. Let me write that down. Herringbone lace shawl. Got that.
I'm going to go there right now and see if I can't find it.
All right. So anyway, and I tried on this Musselburgh when I put in added this striping in it to add a little bit of color. I added a different way to do the jog.
The jog?
And I don't like it, but I'm not going to go back and fix it. I think I can fix it with thread, but see, it kind of.
Maggie, is it crochet or knitting? I have patterns for both.
We have both. Of course we do, because we have both. See, I put a jog in. How do you guys do your jog? See, when I added color, it's like, oh my God, is that pretty?
Oh, if you're talking about this one, that's cool.
Yeah. Knitting. Yeah.
That is cool.
That is gorgeous. That's pretty. I like that.
Yep. I like that.
I like that,
Miss Maggie.
There you go. That's a good choice.
That's knitting.
Yeah. Shit. I wrote it down, so I'll look it up. Herringbone lace shawl. Knit. That's going to be the thing. I actually do have another little project that I was thinking
Well, maybe
of
that could be.
Yeah, we can do that instead. There you go, because you do have colors. I got one that I actually took with us on the last cruise. I didn't start it. And that was one of the reasons I was going to start it on the cruise, because I figured I'd finish something. And I did. I finished the long mess, but I never got to start it. And it's called Forest Shawl. Laura Dobrotz. Is that Dobrotz?
Dobratz. Dobratz.
And here's a picture of it. Can you kind of see enough? And it's got, you on the ends, you drop the yarn over and it's got like the holes in it.
Okay.
And I thought I might do it with this color. And I do have the little thing in here, but I got to try and get it out.
Because your Susie did it?
Yeah, Sue did it.
Yeah.
And I pull from the center, and I'm bad. This is Northern Bee Studios. It's called Forager, the woolly mammoth, and from Anchorage, Alaska. So I do have to start it, and I'll have to take it because it belongs to Alaska. So this has got greens and blues and kind of teal-y colors and turquoise stuff in it. So I think I might do that. That's what I'm going to do. And look, I found them. Have you guys used these? The Prims? Pretty good. To me, they're not the best for a tight knitter because sometimes getting it in when you have to do like your pickups or knit two togethers or SSKs, you can't get through with the little ball.
Because she's ballistically tight.
Yeah. They use my mittens as Kevlar for the Army.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what they do. But anyway, so I found the box of these. These were all the rage for a while, 5 years ago or so. I don't know if any of you guys use them. Sharon uses them. Sharon, she uses them. She likes them, I think. They have actual crochet hooks, but I haven't bought any yet. I don't know why. I just haven't. So it's called Forest Shawl. So I guess I'll have to start it because
Forest Shawl.
I got the yarn in Anchorage, so that means I have to do it.
You have to do it in Anchorage.
Yeah. And there's I bought yarn in Anchorage, and it's for a pattern called Meet Me in Juneau. And it's Ravelry on Ravelry, and it's free. And it's really neat. It's like kind of like my long mass where the colors change.
Mm-hmm.
And you go up and it creates a cool shawl.
Awesome.
So I should probably use that. I mean, do that. But this is my Stephen and Penelope bag. I figured.
I have all Bob's bags.
You do.
This is a Bob's bag.
That's a Bob's.
This is a Bob's bag.
Yep.
And this is a Bob's bag.
But you have a Marcia bag too. A Felted Garden. A couple of those.
Oh yeah, and I have
I use Vera Bradley. That's a Bob. Stephen West.
By the way, she's Bob.
I'm Bob.
She's
Bob. You guys all know that. Bunches of bags. My niece gave me the name Bob when she was learning how to talk and didn't even know my real name until she was like 6 or 7.
Right, because you're just Bob.
I'm just Bob. We went to Chicago. She went downstairs. I said, okay, you can go by yourself because Gail was downstairs smoking. So she took the elevator down. She wanted to get something from the little store. And so she picked it out and she went to the girl at the counter, and the girl at the counter said, okay, and what room are you in? And she said,
Bob's room.
Bob said I could do this. And they looked at her and said, now she thought that I might, because she was there when we checked in. So she thought it was me, but she wasn't quite sure, and she didn't want to charge the wrong room. So she told Maddie to come up and get me. And I said, okay, we need to work on this. You need to know who I am. So that you can go ahead
for me.
and get your nick. Oh, I have to tell you the story about names. There are neighbor, or whatever. They were driving down the road, and the little kid gave him the help sign. They were driving, and he said he looked over, he just noticed this kid, and he thought he was waving, so he waved, and the guy in the front seat waved, and he said, and then his wife said, speed up and follow that car. And he goes, well, why? She goes, that kid is giving us a help sign. And he goes, what? He didn't understand, because he didn't get that, the hand or this, this, like help. And sure enough, the police pulled the car over. They called 911 and kept an eye on it. And then they pulled off, and the police said, don't worry, we'll take it from here. And so the police pulled in behind them, and they had an unmarked car and a regular car. What happened? They decided to go ahead, and they got off because they were coming up, but they called 911. The neighbor of the neighbor called 911. And I, whether it was real or not, don't know. But she said it sure looked, because the kid did not look happy either. I mean, it was one of these situations that, didn't happen. So, yeah, my sister tells a funny story about how a friend of hers, they were taking their kid. He was going to meet the wife. She was traveling, and the kid was screaming in the airport, I want my mommy. And he wouldn't acknowledge the fact that the guy was his dad.
Right.
And they gave him a really hard time, because it was probably after an abduction or something at that point. And they were detained for like hours until they could get somebody to come over and verify the child was actually his. Because this kid was inconsolable.
Right.
Just mommy, I want my mommy, and just wouldn't, do anything. How you like that?
No, that's just.
But anyway, I just had to divert back there because my brain went there. So
I probably will stick with this one.
I think you should go for a little longer.
Maybe this is what I'll bring. Like, maybe this is what I'll bring
on the plane
over to Java House this afternoon.
Yeah, be something to work on. Yeah,
and work on it over there a little bit.
Yeah, there you go.
We're meeting up with some girlfriends over at a coffee shop for
a little bit of knitting and things like that before we go. And I have to pass out present. I mean, because I'm not going to say. She probably knows because she saw the little guy with the hat. Did I tell you what Sharon did with her? Chicken Sharon put the hat, the army men she has behind her stove, walking up the thing. She put the hat on one of the army men.
What hat?
Off the troll guy.
Oh my gosh.
That's cute. It's so cute.
I have knitted up hats.
Yeah. That teeny tiny little hat. She put it on here. And I don't know if it fell off or something, but it was just the cute. She sent me a picture. It's the cutest thing ever.
Chicken Sharon has army men on ropes. Like literally the little green plastic army men that the boys played with so they're on miniature ropes climbing up right behind her stove in her kitchen.
So cute. Darren did a fantastic job with him. And so
I'm like, Sharon, you have army men. And she goes, I know. Isn't it fun?
It is. It's just fun. And you just don't expect that. And now that gives me the bird out to I'm gonna have to knit little scarves for the winter.
Okay, so like I would totally expect to see that in my eclectic daughter's house that has all sorts of
weird stuff,
different, artsy things and handmade this and fun paintings and witchcrafty, like she's got everything. They have like animal skulls and you name it, it's in my daughter's house. Sharon's house it's pristine.
Yeah.
It is like
that was
Martha Stewart gone wild. There is white walls.
Perfect. The way it's matched.
Gray or white carpeting.
I think it's gray. No, maybe it
was. Okay, it's a brand new house with, white marble.
Oh, and she says, and their little butts are so cute.
And their little butts are so cute. Yeah, like, Sharon, stop. No, I'm not going to stop. Okay, so the builders do, they made the house for them, right? our house was being built at basically the same time, I think, or close to it. Her husband has to redo things that the builders did because it wasn't to his standard.
Well, it was off a quarter of an inch or an eighth of an inch.
Something. So Sharon, of course, picks on him a little bit, but then just, he's going to do what he's going to do. So it's not a super eclectic house. It's kind of like, Modern Living magazine. Like you should walk through and it could be photoed at any time.
Yeah.
And then you see army men in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but that's Sharon for you. She'll also walk in.
And she has a bowl with a chicken.
She'll walk into the yarn shop with a rubber chicken purse.
Yeah, that's what she does. So that's just chicken Sharon. She's known to some people as Shaza, but not us. She's chicken Sharon. Because Sue's right. You don't get your nickname.
You don't get to pick your nickname. That's just your chicken Sharon because you love chickens.
Yep, and she likes happy chickens.
Be thankful it's chicken Sharon and not Sharon.
or piggy Sharon or something like that. You like pork. And I do know there's some chefs out there. There's a couple of chefs that we're on top of. They like pork so much they got a pig.
Oh, yeah, a tattoo.
Yeah.
There's lots of them.
Sorry. That's like.
No. That's bacon. I should put bacon on. I should get like a tattoo of bacon because I like bacon that much.
Yeah, but if you're going to do that, then put it here. I've got a tattoo. It says, "No insulin drip. Do not shock me." Somewhere down here on my fat. Yeah.
You do not.
No, I don't. But
do you have a DNR?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Where's you don't have a?
I don't have a bracelet. If they keep me, I also have a sister who's a doctor who'll go in and whip the shit out of anybody, pardon my French, or Greek, or whatever you want to say it is, shyster, that if they don't take me off the ventilator quick enough, she'll be all over them, so I don't have to worry too much about that. And, for the most part, if they ask when I'm admitted, I say, yes, I do. I said, but we'll cross that bridge if we get there. And most people say that when I come in, it's like, she goes, and the residents would ask, do you want me to write a DNR? Do not resuscitate, which means let me go. And I said, well, no, not right now, but when you go to surgery, if it's an elective surgery, it disbands the DNR. They will code you and put you on a ventilator, regardless of that, because you're having elective surgery. And when my mother had her second hip fixed, they classified elective because it was a redo. Okay, even though it wasn't really her hip, it was her femur. But anyway, so she mentioned that to me, and my mother said, "No, do not." She's 92 at this time, and she's like, "No, if I go, let me go." And it was one of those things I kept stressing to the doctor. And he goes, I said, just make sure it's a very slow code. Come and tell me she's coding. Then you can go back and code her and do everything you need to do. But come and tell me first.
Right.
Before you start anything, so that she can finally, get her wish and be out of here. So
yeah,
her system. So anyway, okay, let me get off of something morbid.
Yeah.
Remember when I used to tell you guys jokes all the time?
I do, and I'm ready for a joke.
And today, I actually have a really good joke. I'm going to start looking for him again. All right. How do you fix a broken pizza? How do you think? What do you think, guys? How do you fix
a broken pizza? You slice it?
Tomato paste. With tomato paste.
With tomato paste.
It's broken, so you can paste it back together with tomato paste.
Oh my God.
I need to get my drums out again.
That's a bad dad joke.
No, it isn't.
With tomato paste.
And then I got in some from philosophical. Yeah,
philosophical.
See, you can't say it either. Philosophical stuff. Anyway, okay. As I get older, I've learned that pleasing everyone is impossible. Okay?
Yeah.
But pissing everyone off is a piece of cake.
It's easy. That's easy.
Isn't that great? I think I need to put that on a t-shirt. And this one really will get you thinking. It's not a joke. And this one got me really kind of thinking.
Uh-oh.
All right. Time decides.
Wait. It's not coming out of the back there.
No. It's sealing. It's not
okay,
losing
good.
anymore. So it's yeah. Okay.
You've retained.
I've retained my brain.
Okay.
So here's another one for you. Time decides who you meet in life, which a lot of it is timing. We've met you guys through doing this. I mean, it's all pretty much timing. And you found us probably because you saw the word orgasm and you wanted to check out what the stupid thing
what
was.
are these stupid ladies talking about orgasm for?
Orgasm, so we're going to check it out. But then your heart decides who you want in your life. Okay, because that's close enough.
Yeah.
And your behavior decides who stays in your life.
That's very true.
Isn't that true? Isn't that kind of a cool thing? I wouldn't put that on a t-shirt.
No.
But I would put the piece of cake. Pissing people off is a piece of cake. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's kind of like my husband's favorite shirt said, I used to be a people person, but people ruined it for me. That's just like so.
I love that.
Yeah, he wears that at the airport a lot. When he used to travel a lot, he would wear that to the airport. Or he has a Let's Go Brandon shirt that he likes to wear at the airport too. He's 6'4".
You can't miss him.
He's built like a linebacker. I feed him well, so he's a big boy.
But he's not hairy.
No, he has no hair.
Having the Sasquatch doesn't make any sense.
But he doesn't get ridiculed at the airport.
No.
He's too intimidating looking.
Yeah, he really is. But he looks like a giant stuffed bear. He really does.
But just because he's big.
When he walks to the airport, do kids go for him? I bet the kids even still go for him at the airport.
No.
No? Okay.
You mean like
children? Because children gravitate towards that man.
Well, cats do. Like if he's allergic to cats, so of course cats are gonna, but they're not in the airports. But at any rate, I usually, if I had to travel with him, I just tuck in behind him, grab his belt. Because people don't get out of my way, but they get out of his way.
Exactly. So you just kind of scoot along behind him.
Yeah, and he I have to take 2 steps to his one. Right. You're the same probably with Mikey.
I am. Yep.
So I'm like at a
brisk walk,
at a soft jog behind him, and he's just sauntering along. But I literally just grab onto his belt, and I've done it a million times. I just grab his belt. And that way he knows if he's going too fast for me, I just do a yank back.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah. So I just grab onto his belt.
I've been wearing
and away we go.
A t-shirt the last couple of days that is actually too big, but I like it. It's a penguin and he's carrying an axe with blood dripping on it. It says, I have issues. Okay. And Mikey said, he goes, you're not going to wear that to the airport, are you? And I said, No. I said, I was thinking of giving it to Madison. And he goes, Seattle? No, don't give it to her. She'll wear it.
She'll wear it.
I finally gave my niece the penis book. I bought her a book a long time ago. Remember when I started with this one? And I didn't buy a new one for last year. I don't know. My archive of I Don't Give a Fucks,
Flying
fucks.
I don't give.
Right?
Yeah.
So I bought her one that said lecture notes and penis doodles. Because we discussed once that she does this beautiful journaling. And she really does. She does really nice journaling. And she plans things out and stuff. And she uses the dots so she can make her own squares.
Yeah.
And I said, do you doodle in class? And she goes, yeah, I doodle. And I said, anything in particular? And she goes, nah, I'll have to find. She goes, I really need to tone in on something, whether it's flowers or, because she's a pretty good artist too. She's got that, even though she's like a math whiz, she's got that artistic in her too. But anyway, I thought, okay, I'll give her this. And it says lecture notes and penis doodles on the front. And I actually gave her a set of journaling pens
with
to go
flesh
with it.
tone in it.
Yeah. and I put a little note on the inside. I said, you might have to Google what it looks like since you're such a good girl. And she hasn't seen it yet because she's in Europe. So we'll see what she says to me. I know it right away. She's going to go, Bob, I know what a penis looks like. It's exactly what she's going to say because we're always teasing her. it's like, okay, Maddie, pick a side. I mean, you're 23 years old and you don't even date. I mean, you don't have anything. I mean, come on. It's time for you to pick a side, to get a companion of some kind. Now, she's always friends. She's got tons of guy friends, but she doesn't think that way. Like, her friends go out.
But the guys are thinking that way.
Yeah.
Oh, the guys are thinking that way.
And so she's like, just out and about having her gay old time and doing her thing. And so, we keep teasing her every once in a while. It's like, are you going to pick a side? And she looked the first time I think Gail said it to her, and she looked at her and she goes, huh? You mean, am I going to go, what? They or them or she or what? And then Gail's like, no, are you going to take, you're going to flip it?
Are you going to be
gay or
are you going to be gay or straight? Like,
I said, Gail, if nothing else, if you just, I said, I think you should tell your mother you're leaning that way just to drive her crazy. And she goes, oh, that might get it. I said, yeah, but then Maddie goes, oh, she kind of brightened up like, oh, and then it was like, no, because then she'll be pestering me. No, we don't want to do that. I said, yeah, you're right. I said, when it's over and done with, and whatever you decide, that'll be fun.
Sharon, to our chicken Sharon, her daughter got married. But
Beautiful
but before they got married, she brought the soon to be the boyfriend,
right,
the fiance,
right,
home for dinner first time, right? And so it was Sharon was kind of, I don't know, little whatever. So she was talking about having dinner with the fiance, the soon to be. And I said, I don't know if I'm ever going to get that, the son-in-law or daughter-in-law. Now I only have one.
Right, one.
It's just one. And she goes, daughter-in-law. And I said, well, I'll bring it up to Tori, but I'm pretty sure I'm like, yeah. I said, I don't care one way or the other. So I said to Tori the last one, the next time I talked to her, I said, so I was talking to Sharon and I said, maybe I would have a daughter-in-law someday. And she goes, no, you're not, Mom. No. I like dicks too much. That's exactly what she said to me. And I went, yeah.
Well, maybe now that, Maddie will be doodling penises,
oh my
people
God.
will think that.
But she's 32, so she can.
Yeah. She'll be,
Maddie's not 32, is she?
She's 23.
Yeah.
Based on previous experience with college student daughter, I say Maddie is dating and not telling anyone, which is perfect. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's perfectly
think some
fine.
of that
absolutely.
And I wouldn't be surprised.
They don't need to know.
Right.
We
don't
need to know.
And a lot of that, and most of the time it's not ever done seriously. Like, are you lonely? Do you feel like you're, it's never a serious talk. It's one of these, okay, Matt, which way are you heading? What do you think of that guy's butt? It's those sort of things that we do with her. So we sort of tease her, because they always pick on poor Mikey who never gets any. So they don't know we don't do anything. So it's okay. I used to say that all the time back in the day. Blood pressure medication is the best thing you can put them on. And kind of goes limp. It doesn't work right. Most guys. Not anymore. They fix that because God forbid a chemist would fix it. That's what I told I told Maddie too. I said, it's a good thing you're going into chemistry. I said, you can fix the girl problems because these guys jump on the thing. Prostate cancer, right? They have a blood test for it. They don't squeeze their balls in a machine. Could you imagine guys walking up and having their mammogram done on their ball? Come on. We have to get the boobs squished. And they have a blood test.
Yeah.
And they complain once a year when somebody sticks their finger up their butt.
I was watching something on, I don't know, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Shorts, something, whatever. Yeah. And it was this gal who was describing, she was livid. Her husband has to have an ultrasound on his
testicles. For test. Okay. They're probably looking for a spot or growth or something.
They offered sedation.
Yeah.
For an ultrasound.
Which is just a wand.
It's just a wand
and
with some gel on.
Yeah.
But a biopsy on your cervix, no. We're going to cut flesh out of the inside of you, and we're going to give you some Oragel.
Yeah.
Just a little Oragel. We're going to put this thing up inside of you, open it up like this, stick in a big knife, and chunk out like...
Yeah. And then
we'll give you a little Oragel. The shit that we put in babies' mouths when their teeth are cutting, because, we'll put a little dab of that. That'll be just fine.
Yeah.
You'll be all right.
Right. And then they leave you spread open to the world while they put it on the slide and put the cover on and write the order and do everything else. And you're grossed
But
out.
sedation
for
a freaking ultrasound on a boy's testicles.
Yeah. It's like Vicky said her husband had some dental work done. She goes, he would have thought they would have cut off his gonads. That he just was yeah. How did we get all the way down there?
Who likes pie?
Who likes pie? I do like pie. I'm a big pie person.
I was thinking of that. We need, you guys are in the know. It's like when we're talking about anything, it started out, if it was political, then we would just go, who likes pie? That means we're changing the subject.
Yes.
That's kind of our inside thing, that we're changing the subject. You guys know it. Who likes pie? That should be a universal thing.
Yeah, it should be. A woman, well, and if nothing else, they should give you some Valium too before you go in, so you really don't give a shit that they're taking your boob and
give me
you're short,
laughy gas,
and you're up there like this with this sort of situation. And I think, right, it's great now, it's digital, it's quicker, it's fine.
How about if I have sedation and you can do everything you want? Squish the boobs, take your biopsies, do a colonoscopy, get it all freaking done.
Yeah, do it all at the same time.
Do my root canal, head to fucking toe. Let's do it all and be done with it.
And that would work. Well, and the bad thing about like doing colonoscopies and endoscopies anymore, they used to give you Versed and fentanyl, which means that you'd wake up and you'd go in the car and you'd be like, but you came home and you took a great 3-hour nap and it was like, so you slept and you felt. Now they use propofol. So when they wake you up, you remember everything. I mean, you wake up and you're like, I can't go back to sleep. I'm wide awake. This is like so stupid. Why not? At least give me something so I can go home and, relax or whatever. Anyway, and Sharon, you're very right. A healthy, happy daughter is the best, and a happy niece. And and
I told Tori I'm totally fine if you bring home a daughter-in-law. I'm all right with that.
Yeah. Another person to kind of hang and play with.
Healthy, happy.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Somebody else to take care of you when you get older.
Right.
That's what I said. I tell people, they say something like, oh, your mom lived a long time. That must be in your genes. And I'm like, God, I hope I don't live until 92 unless Mikey's doing
92,
okay and hanging out and he's doing okay. And they just sort of look at me and I'm like, you don't understand. I don't have anybody to put me in the closet. I mean, to get me out of the closet. And then they kind of look at you too, because the closet has the other connotation that they're looking at you. Wait, you're married and, yeah. So anyway, that's the way it is. I just say, who knows? We'll have droids to take care of us. Artificial intelligence is coming into a big thing,
Just another human being that,
I don't know. That's another day and another subject.
Yeah.
And
that's too deep.
That's very deep.
Too deep.
This philosophical one about your behavior decides who stays in your life and that one, that's very philosophical. And you have to kind of think with that one. This one, no. This one's just cool. As I get older, I've learned that pleasing everyone is impossible. But pissing everyone off is a piece of cake.
Yeah, and you don't even see if you just don't talk about pie at all. You'll always piss them all off.
Well, that's the other thing, too. It's sort of like you have to kind of sit there and think about the situation. And you have a quick thing. Is it necessary for me to be an asshole or an idiot about this thing? Right? Is it going to cause more issue if I do that? Or is it just going to be a hell of a lot of fun to get you pissed off? So you have to kind of decide.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's just kind of fun to piss somebody off, but you never know.
No.
You know, one time it's in the airport, like the lady in the airport. I was sitting on a 2-seater plane. It was a 4-seater. It's one of those regional things. And I was heavier but I fit in the seat just fine. And my seatbelt on this side was caught and I was messing with it. And the lady who was assigned the seat, it was on one of those airlines that was assigned next to me, coming down the aisle. And just at that moment, stuff got quiet. Okay, because first it's loud and then it gets quiet, then it gets loud and then it gets quiet. Anyway, she says, "Oh, great, I get to sit next to the fat one." And I just kind of moved my seat over and she sits down, she makes an effort. I mean, there was plenty of room for her. And she sits down and kind of huffs. And I moved over intentionally. I had plenty of room over here, but I moved over so she would know that I'm there. And then the flight attendant was behind her and she was closing the lids. I said, "Excuse me, ma'am." I said, can you change her seat? She smells. And the flight attendant looked at me and she goes, "Of course I can." Just like that. And I was like, "Thanks." And so I just went back to my little stuff and I scooted over and she had plenty of room. And sure enough, the flight attendant offered her another seat. She goes, "I think it would be better if we move you." She probably didn't want terror in the sky after this, you know. But yeah, I actually did that.
Yeah.
Because
You're quicker. You're. See, I would have been like,
yeah, I'm a smart ass.
I mean, but
my wits.
Yeah,
my husband says I have a quick wit. Yeah,
quick wit. You and Jamie,
you get those one-liners in, and you get those.
You get them really quick.
Snapbacks.
I'm the person that's like,
"Gee,
damn, I should have said that. Yeah. I should have said that like this instead of the way I said it."
Next week, hopefully
we'll upload something.
We'll upload something from the ship.
Keep an eye out for that on Instagram,
because she does.
I'll probably post pictures over there on the Instagrams.
Yeah, and stuff like that.
But we're gonna try to.
Sharon, what is your little avatar thing? Is it a chicken?
Is it a chicken?
I can't tell in the computer. Let us know. Okay. I just wanted to.
As you got the close up of
you guys, we get like Maggie. You have there are like colors, and it's red.
Karen has a K,
and other people have had other things as time has gone on. Well, that doesn't move. Oh,
because it's not a touch screen.
Well, all right. Listen, so we will see you next week from Alaska. Because Sunday we are in Ketchikan.
Catch the can if you want. So I'm gonna try to upload. I'm not even gonna try to do live. No. It's bad internet and all that. So I'm gonna try to upload, and it may be.
We're doing the duck tour, and maybe what we'll do is we'll find a cafe that has internet, and we can maybe do it in the cafe and let them all look at us like we're crazy because we're talking.
Well, it may be a spliced thing. So you may get a little bit from on the ship or a little bit from Tori and I in the room.
Right.
Who knows? I don't know how it's going to go.
We don't know
we'll
try to work it out and see what we can do.
We'll try.
And we have the computer guru geek with us, so he can fix anything that may or may not. Or you'll give him something to do.
No, I will just give it to Tori.
Yeah, Tori can do it. But afterwards, we can give it to Mikey.
No, so Mikey would fuck it up.
Well, he'll make it different.
It'll fuck it up for me.
And what'll happen is we won't be able to do it anymore.
Right.
Because he's
fucked it up. Yeah. So I'm not going to give it to Mikey.
Yeah, don't give it to Mikey. Never mind. You won't get it from Mikey. But yeah, we'll have to figure something out to keep him busy, to keep his butt out of there.
Yeah.
So because he'll stick his 2 cents in. I mean, when a guy goes down to try and fix an engine on a cruise ship, after they have their own engineers.
Maybe our other flocker that's bringing her husband,
Maybe Don's husband can do it.
They can. Yeah. The 2 boys can collaborate together.
Yeah, Don. So I don't know if your husband smokes cigars, but Mikey does. So I told him to bring extra just in case your husband wants to go ahead and smoke a cigar. He hangs out.
Mikey found the cigar shop over in Brownsburg?
No. I don't think he goes to that one.
Jamie goes down to that one.
Oh, I'll have to tell him.
Yeah, there's one in Brownsburg that Jamie
Yeah,
goes.
he said the ones I brought back, they didn't have a lot of smoke shops or cigar type places in Scandinavia. I don't know why they're not big on cigars. So I brought him some back from, I think they were Nicaraguan or something like that. I got them at the duty free.
Yeah.
And so he goes, these are pretty good cigars. And I said, well, good. I'm glad you like them, you know. So he's going to bring some of those. So anyway, Dawn, if you're watching and your husband smokes cigars, he hangs out on the lawn club up at the very front of the ship.
We'll talk to her there.
Yeah.
We'll talk to her
Okay.
there.
Yeah, I don't need to. We're going to miss you guys. I wish more people were coming. But you never know.
That's okay.
We'll
You
try
never
and do
know.
something else again sometime with you. And
Maybe we'll do
a
something.
hotel, something. We'll have to
Yeah.
see something.
Maybe in Michigan or something, and
Yeah.
we can get our Illinois folks over and
Yeah.
our Indiana
Any
folks
folks up there in Michigan, people coming down around. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah,
Maybe
whatever.
we can get to
We'll
it.
work on it.
We can do something like that. And I know it's not a touchscreen. I've already been yelled at.
We'll see you guys next week.
Aloha. Oh, yeah.
Aloha.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say that. I feel really bad for all the people in Maui. So if you know anybody there, send them our love,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and we're thinking of them. And I don't know what's goodbye in Eskimo. This.
Noses.
Noses. You got a
Noses.
real nose.
Oh, your nose is cold.
Oh,
She's got a cold
I have a
nose.
cold nose, but I have a warm heart. Bye.
Bye.
And end.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.